What unusual behavior do some rose hair tarantulas show after a meal that often scares new keepers, but is actually perfectly normal? Oh, this is going to rattle some nerves later, but hang tight. First, let's give a standing ovation to a spider that is equal parts mysterious diva and low-maintenance roommate, the rose hair tarantula. If your spider had a social media profile, it would be mostly offline, with a profile picture that hasn't changed since 2009. But don't let that calm demeanor fool you. This spider is full of surprises, and it's been quietly charming its way into terrariums for years. Now, since you already own one of these velvety desert beauties, we're going to skip the whole "what is it" and get straight to the juicy details that actually matter to people who live with one. First off, rose hair tarantulas, scientifically known as Grammostola Rosea, are the introverts of the tarantula world. They're not into chaos. They prefer calm environments, clean corners, and a consistent schedule of doing absolutely nothing, which ironically keeps us all watching like it's a suspense thriller. Let's start with its apartment. You've probably got your rose hair set up in a 5 to 10 gallon terrarium, and that's right on target. These guys are not athletes. They don't need a stadium. What they do need is a horizontal setup with about 3 to 4 inches of substrate. Coconut fiber or eco-earth is great, or even a little topsoil mixed in. Just say no to sand and wood chips unless you want a very irritated roommate, and skip the climbing structures. These tarantulas are strictly ground floor creatures. A fall from a few inches can be deadly. Think cozy desert studio, not a jungle gym. Decor matters too. A hideout is a must, a half log, a cork bark tunnel, or even an overturned flower pot if you're feeling rustic. Add a shallow water dish and a plastic plant or two for those Pinterest-worthy terrarium aesthetics. Keep it simple, keep it secure, and always double check that the lid is locked down like you're hiding snacks from a raccoon. Now onto the climate. Rose hairs thrive at room temperature, usually between 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. No need to go wild with heating pads or fancy bulbs. Just keep it warm and steady. Humidity should hover between 50 to 65%, and please ease up on the misting. This species prefers things on the dry side, like a desert-themed day spa. Mold and stagnant air are the real villains here, so good ventilation is your best friend. Think of it as breathable desert chic. When it comes to dinner, your rose hair is a low-key foodie. Crickets are the main course, but dubia roaches and the occasional mealworm make great variety. Feed your adult spider 1 to 2 prey items per week and remove any uneaten bugs within 24 hours. Leftovers crawling around the enclosure are stressful for the spider and kind of gross for you. It's not a buffet, it's fine dining. Juveniles eat a bit more, so keep them well stocked but not overfed. Now let's talk handling, or rather, let's talk about whether your spider wants to be handled. The answer is probably not. Rose hair tarantulas are often calm, yes, but they can also be drama queens. One day they're chill, the next they're flinging hairs like it's a glitter cannon at a New Year's party. If you do handle them, stay close to a soft surface and go slow. Watch for signs of irritation, kicking hairs, raising their front legs, or bolting like they just saw a vacuum cleaner. Respect their space and they'll respect your fingers. And molting, you've probably seen it, or worse, freaked out the first time it happened. Your rose hair tarantula flipped over on its back, stopped moving, and looked dead. But as an experienced keeper now, you know better. That's not a death scene. It's molting, the tarantula version of shedding its old exoskeleton for a brand new outfit. Still, it never hurts to be reminded. Don't poke it, don't mist, and for the love of spiders, don't call your cousin who knows animals because he owned a gecko once. Just leave your tarantula alone and let it do its slow, silent, awkward transformation. Pre-molt behaviors like refusing food, becoming sluggish, and hiding out are totally normal. Post-molt, wait 7 to 10 days before offering food. Its fangs are soft and the new body needs time to harden. While you're waiting, it's a good time to handle routine maintenance. Spot cleaning is your best friend. Remove those dry boluses, aka spider napkins, once a week. A full substrate change every 4 to 6 months is perfect, but don't go overboard with redecorating. Tarantulas don't like surprises. Keep the enclosure familiar, the water dish clean, and avoid changes unless necessary. Now let's talk behavior, because if you're wondering why your tarantula hasn't moved in days, you're not alone. Rose Rose hair tarantulas are ambush predators. Sitting still for days, even weeks, isn't laziness, it's strategy. They're wired for patience, not performance. So if your spider looks like a decorative rock, congrats. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to. And let's not forget the long game. Females can live up to 20 years. That's longer than your gym membership, your current phone plan, or maybe even your car. Males, sadly, have shorter lifespans, typically 4 to 6 years, but they still bring plenty of personality in that time. So yes, your spider may not do much on the surface, but behind that calm exterior, it's a fascinating, well-adapted predator living life on its own mysterious terms. You're not just keeping a pet, you're sharing space with a creature that's been perfecting survival for millions of years. And that's kind of amazing, isn't it? So let's decode your tarantula's secret world. First up, the leg drumming. When your rose hair starts tapping its legs or pedipalps like it's jamming out, it's not having a solo concert, it's communicating. This behavior, known as stridulation or tapping, is often a courtship signal. Males drum to get a female's attention and to let her know he's not dinner. Yet, the vibration travel through the substrate like Morse code in the dirt. If she responds with her own taps, that's a maybe. Now about that dangerous date, male rose hairs have a high-stakes love life. Once they mature, their only mission is to find a mate, but after the deed is done, many males are attacked or eaten by the female. Why? Because in the wild, survival is brutal, and a protein-packed partner is just another opportunity. It's a gamble, flirt or be food. And the creepiest part, your tarantula might sense you before you sense it. Those fuzzy legs aren't just for looks. They're loaded with sensory hairs called trichobothria. These ultrasensitive structures can detect the slightest changes in air movement and ground vibrations. That means your spider can pick up on your footsteps, breath, and yes, possibly even the faint rhythm of your heartbeat from across the room. So while your tarantula might seem still and silent, it's far from unaware. It's tuned in, locked on, and always ready. By now, you've probably come across some strange post-meal behavior that left you scratching your head. Your tarantula eats like a champion one day, then vanishes into its hide for a week, sometimes even seals itself in, or worse, it flips onto its back again. Don't panic. This is that moment we mentioned at the very beginning. Some rose hair tarantulas seal off their burrow or hide and disappear for days after a meal. It's their version of a food coma and self-care spa retreat. Occasionally, they're preparing to molt. Sometimes they just don't want to be seen. It's completely normal. So now you know that creepy disappearing act after dinner. Totally fine. That dramatic upside down pose, also fine. Your spider's not dying, it's just vibing. And before you disappear like your tarantula after a meal, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button, leave a comment about your rose hair's weirdest moment, and check out our next video where we explore even more tarantula secrets. Because let's face it, this 8-legged introvert has more mystery than a locked room in a haunted mansion. In the next video, you've got the substrate, the perfect hide, and the humidity dialed in. But here's a wild question. Can your Mexican flame Nani tarantula taste with its feet? No joke. We're talking about how these fuzzy-legged wonders sense the world in ways that go way beyond sight or touch. In the next video, we're diving deep, 8 legs deep, into how your tarantula experiences its environment. How does it know you're nearby before you even touch the enclosure? Why does it freeze one moment, then bolt like it just saw a ghost the next? And yes, we'll finally answer the question. Are those twitchy legs actually tasting the floor? We'll also unravel the sensory superpowers of the flame knee, from vibration sensitivity to air current detection, and how that affects everything from hunting to hiding to casually staring at you like it knows something you don't. If you thought you understood your tarantula, just wait. The next episode will make you see those fuzzy feet in a whole new light. So don't miss it. Click through to the next video and prepare to be amazed by what your spider feels, tastes, and senses without ever blinking an eye.